Hi folks, welcome to part 7 of the Luthier's Lair series detailing the building of project Jonas, which is a gas-based quintessence base. In this episode we're going to get the body cavities all routed out and we'll start finalising the actual shape of the body, including some work on the router table. But I think first I need to make a template up for routing the pickup cavity, and of course it won't be a regular sort of musicman style routing template, because there's going to be a wooden cover on top of the pickup. So let's go and have a look at that in time lapse on the CNC machine. Let's get to it. Okay, manufactured, back to tally-ho, dinky-doo, and let's see if this goes in here. Like a glove. Yes, so that's going to be nice, and I do have a little play in there, see, like a couple of hundredths of an inch either side. That's perfect. So we'll take that out of the way. Let me just check this one. It's got tabs in it, so it won't fit. Yeah. Anyway, and this will go about here. Yeah. And I'll stick that down. Now, easily. I'll live about here. That'll get stuck down. I'll start drilling holes in there about ½ an inch deep with a Forstner bit. Get out a lot of material so that the router bit doesn't need to do as much work. And we'll use a 0.375 or 3/8 of an inch router bit for this. That way we'll get the nice curves and contours and stuff in there. And I have cut this to a 0.18625 radius, which is half of course the diameter of the router bit, so everything's nice and smooth. Yes indeed. Cool. Alrighty folks, yeah, so as you can see here, I put a centre indent. I went down to the depth that the pocket should be plus 0.1 of an inch. I always do that. These nice little circle in there in the bottom for gauging. Then I took the template, as you saw, and routed out the cavity. It took about 8 passes to do it, just nice and gradual. If you take too deep a pass, the router kind of chews the wood up, so best not to do that. As you can see, the drop top has went on extremely well. There's not even a glue line there. It's remarkable, it really is. And of course, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And let's drop this in and see if it fits. I hope it does. Like a glove. Yeah, and it's got the play I want, everything. It's, oh yeah, I'm liking this. This is fantastico. Really nice, and that really looks so awesome. I think the walnut looks great. I don't think, I mean, I'll make the olive topped pickup cover But I think that I just love that walnut, man. There's so much contrast there. It's very nice. Just plop that back in. And of course it won't be level like that because there's going to be foam and springs underneath that adjust the height of this. But that's exactly what I wanted, was this to be flat, level with the body. Then you got springs here and foam cushions here for the pickup, and that raises it up and down. Adjustability. So it's looking fantastic. It really is. Oh my god. Can't wait to get... Next is to route the control cavity, of course, and it's going to be in the front this time because, you know, like we said, it's going to go here. It's going to go about here. And yes, right here. That's where it's going to go. Oh, it's going to look very nice. Oh my god. I might need to build myself this. That's if I don't go tits up. But anyway, that's great. Looking good. Awesome. Hi. Yeah, just had lunch, so excuse me. Oh, jeez. Anyway, yeah, so that's all the routing, cavity routing done. We have the neck pocket, the pickup pocket here, and the control cavity all routed out nicely. Yes. Now, I wanted this to be about 1.3 inches deep. That's good for front. Front mounted controls. If it was back mounted, it would be much deeper, and this would be thinner here because the pots have to come through the front of the base. So I usually put reinforcement and stuff. When I'm doing that, I usually put a carbon fibre plate in from behind when I do that, but I don't need to do that now because the controls are going to get mounted on this, which is cool. And I got a beautiful, very nice, clean route line around the cavity to 1.3 inches deep. Beautifully done. Just nice and slow, taking, I think I maybe took 10 passes on this, maybe about 10 passes to get it to this stage, and that's fine, that's perfect. You can see how sharp these edges are. It's really well delineated. And of course now we're going to size this up. We're going to be about here, I would think. Yeah, right there. You have some nice relief there from the control cavity, which is a walnut veneered piece of maple. It's just lovely. The tone is beautiful, looks nice, and of course with the walnut wooden pickup cover, it's going to look really good. So that's the way that goes. All the magic will happen in here, the electronics and stuff. It just remains for me to go and look at the Nordstrand pickup and see where the cables are coming out of that pickup. If they're centre, then I'll drill using a long drill bit through like that. If they're located on the corner, then I'll drill in here, not here. So there versus there. Let's go and have a look at that. Yeah, okay, let's have a look at the Nordstrand. I can't remember offhand. And let's have a look at the back of it, and you can see centre. And it might be a bit awkward. But we're going to have it coming in here, so the cable needs to come through from the centre of this. So I'm going to mark the centre line, and I'm going to drill a hole at this kind of angle, and my goal is to get it to about here so that the cable comes out near the bottom here. Of course, remember, it's going to kind of look like that when it's in there. Oh, sorry, that, of course, like so. Right, as you can see there. So that's working out very nicely. So I need to drill a centre hole. I'll do a little pilot hole, then I'll show you how to do this. It's a little tricky, a little nervy, but yeah, it's fairly straightforward to do. Put this back in its house right now. It's temporary accommodation because it will have permanent accommodation in this. Yes, indeed. Lots of fun. Hate these boxes. I can build bases, but I can't build boxes. Yeah, anyway. Okay, cool. Okay, if I go through the middle here, I'm going to have to come like this to drill the hole, and it's going to go through the back of the base. So I'm going to come in from the corner here, that way I'll get a hole exactly where I want it, and I will route the cables like this on the pickup so that I have that point of entry. What I'll do with the pickup eventually is I'll hot glue this stuff down so it doesn't move. I'll have that, and that thickness is nowhere near the relief it's going to have from the base of the cavity. So I'm going to be good there for adjustability of pickup height. It's all been measured out and it looks to be fantastic. So let's just put this back in its house again, and let's get to drilling this hole. Okay, first thing we need to do, cloth. Indeed. Extra long drill bit. I use two. I use a thin one for a pilot and thicker one for the actual cable itself. We'll put the pilot bit in, and you notice maybe that I have the wood clamped here. That's why I do all the cavity work before I cut out the body. Very important. I put this like so, and I'm going to judge an angle here, probably about there I would like it, so I'm going to start doing that, put that along a bit more, and very slowly cut a notch that the bit can follow. And there it goes. See that? Pretty easy, right? We'll take this one out. Now let's feel where that is. It's exactly where I want it to be, quite low down. And we'll put this bigger one in to complete all the cavity work. And again, slide the cloth along. Because it's a pilot, this should go right through. Beautiful. Done. Some people prefer to do all sorts of weird shit, but look, no marks at all. Not a problem. Let's get the vacuum out and clean this up. The hole's in the right place. Everything's fine. We are now ready to cut out the shape of this base. Yes, we are. Hey folks, well, I don't think I've shown a base in this state before. This is rough bandsaw. Okay, very rough. I don't have a huge $10,000 bandsaw. So what I do is I cut notches in the curves and I cut them out one by one. Now, the whole process to cut this out takes about 30 minutes. As you can see, it looks like something from Minecraft. Yes, it looks like a Minecraft base. So yeah, what happens now is I get some really rough
sandpaper on the sanding table, and I'll take this down into dimension. I do want to take a bit more off this on the bandsaw, which will take about another 2 minutes to just get this little bit out here, and then we'll be ready to start shaping this base into its final configuration. Then we'll put it on the routing table and we'll bull nose all the edges. Then we'll carve out the comfort carve, and then on the back we'll do the belly carve. Look at the back of that. Oh my god, it's spectacular, right? Right? Yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at, and things looking up now. Things looking really good. That's a bit thick, but I don't want to go too much into the neck pocket there. We'll sand that off. Indeed. Drum sander on that, belt sander on the rest, just to get it into spec, and then, well, near spec, and then we'll whittle it in. Cool. Okay, rough final shape of the body, dialed in, still quite wriggly. So why haven't I finished smoothing this out ready for the routing table? Well, the plan is to fill the voids first in the top, in the olive top, get those filled, get it cured, so that we have a barrier when we get it on the routing table and bull nose all the edges. And also this stuff will soak in and protect the wood when I do the carve for the comfort carve, and no need for the belly carve, that's okay, that's just plain wood, black limber. I'll show you the back, it looks spectacular. There's the back of it. Isn't that gorgeous? It's absolutely fantastic. A couple of wormholes to fill there, nothing major at all. It looks very nice. So I will sand this to maybe about 120 grit. All the pencil marks will go away, but the reference marks don't need to be there anymore. I know where the bridge is going to live just by other dimensions that I've written down. And for a filler for this, I'm going to use a UV epoxy grain filler, not the finish. It is solar rays again, but this is a fantastic grain filler. I wouldn't use it as a finish anymore because of the last quintessence base I did, but I would certainly use it as a filler. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll fill it with this, but we'll get all this sanded down, and then I'll fill it with this after the fact. I'm going to let it sit for quite a while actually to absorb into the wood, because this is kind of porous. And once that's done, I'll look to see if there's any dips and stuff, fill it again, and then we'll cure it. Let's go. So this is nice and rounded off now on both sides of the base. It's looking quite splendiferous. The next thing now is to do the comfort carve here, and of course the belly carve on the back. So I'm going to draw up where that's going to be, and then we'll see to it. A little deeper belly carve on this one, and of course the comfort carve will be about here-ish. Now I went ahead and filled these voids anyway in the burl, just to be on the safe side, but I know the comfort carve's going to be kind of about here. So what you're going to see is you're going to see a gradation between the top and the black limber in there. That's going to look really nice. And I'll just use an angle grinder for that, to get that into rough shape, and then sand it down into its final shape. Then after that we can begin sanding the whole piece to around about 320 or 400 grit, and then we will start the sealing and filling process, and then sand that back down again so it's very smooth and there's no open pores anywhere, and this will be ready to be finished. So not too long now. Awesome.
That's it for part 7. Yes, indeed. Part 8 will probably include some engraving on the headstock of the neck, and some grain filling and getting prepped up for final finish on the body. So we're getting pretty close now. So just about time, really, isn't it? Yes. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube channel here, please do so. Helps me out a lot. It's free. Give me a thumbs up and ring that bell for notification of any further uploads. Until the next time then, as usual, stay safe, be good, and catch you next time. Cheers folks, thanks for watching. Bye bye.